little monkey.
Oh, cause he's well. It looks like that other picture that he did with Megan doing something very similar.
Yeah, yeah. Please look at Archie's hair and look at Lily's hair. This is so unfortunate. And the problem that we have is that this is with the mainstream media. This is going to be forever in social media.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
going to forever
Absolutely.
be in social media.
Forever.
That's
And
what we're doing with this. That's where we're going with this. This picture is going to be forever in that in the mainstream media.
now, did you also notice that Harry is showing the side of his butt?
Yep. I mean, the whole thing, and I mean, if we could spend an hour just debunking this thing, just look here at the bottom of the feet. The
Yeah.
shoes are too big for Harry. You can see that the foot is sticking over here, like almost like Megan. He's been like Megan now. His shoes are too big, and you can see here that the foot is really oddly angled. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it seems like let me see the feet again. Go back. Yeah, they're like on a hill almost, right?
No, but it's just weird. Look how it breaks here, Pat. You see, it's almost like broken because you can see here he's on a hill, right? But it has like proper position because the shoes is the one that turns. But here's like this is broken and this was placed in there.
So, what do you think? You think they're not really standing there? Is that what?
I don't think it was even there together because this is the most disjointed picture I've seen. There's absolutely zero
There's
connection
no
between them.
symmetry.
Yeah, but also there's no connection for them as a family. There's no
No,
unity.
not at all.
You know what
Especially
I
if you're
mean?
trying to, if this is supposed to be a family photo, you're not showing a family photo. You are showing two people or spouses who are supposed to be married with one of their respective children. They're
You
not
would think if you didn't know who they
together.
were, if you didn't know who they were and you saw that picture, we think that they're separate people who are saying hi to their kids,
Yeah, right.
right?
Like each one of these could be its own separate photo.
Exactly.
It doesn't go together as one photo. Oops.
Yeah, this is what they're saying. Yeah, no connection.
Yeah, there's no connection. Oh gosh, yeah.
So, I mean, it is insane. It is insane. And okay, now I'm going to show you the other picture, guys, because
Okay.
of course we're here to serve you guys. And I'm going to show you the other picture, the one that I sent Pat. Don't forget that Meghan Markle claims that these children have red hair and Lily has blue eyes, right? And we
Right.
just saw the hair of that unfortunate little girl that was, I don't know, pictured or whatever. If you look at this little boy's hair, he's supposed to be Archie. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't even matter the lighting. That boy's hair is absolutely black.
And very short.
And very short, nothing messy, nothing, like the one that Harry just showed, because that other little Archie has like semi curly hair,
Yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
know? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just showing you guys because, I mean, details matter. And he's not in the dark. Look, they're both all in the same lighting, right? In fact, the alleged Lily has less light. And yet, look at that hair. She was supposed to have been wearing a braid, but look at the dress is far
That's
out.
right. She had a braid on that day, didn't she?
Yes, she did. And then look at how long the hair is because the bow is at the end of her back.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in the
Yep.
middle of the waist. It's at the bottom. And when she showed the other pictures, like the hair doesn't reach down there. And this is now a different color. At the best, that is a dirty blonde or dark or light brown hair, not red.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting how Archie has straight black Latino hair or Asian hair. And look how sharp cut it is. It's got like a proper haircut.
So give us because I there are things that because I know I saw this picture in their video, right? It went by really quickly. What is your synopsis of why we're seeing all these discrepancies? Like, what is your
Because they hire different actors. Harry's not going to risk putting his kids there, and I believe that they hire different actors. But for example, here, if you show the picture of the Archie when they had this serving food video, the kid has like curly hair in some of the pictures, right? And you can
mm-hmm.
see that they dyed that the hair looks really light, like almost red, because she loves to put them as though they have red hair. But here we're seeing the picture from the same video alluding to the fact that that is Archie. We're supposed to believe that that is Archie. And somebody's saying here he's wearing a hat. Not here. Not here. This is his hair. There's no hat. Lily is wearing a hat, but Archie's not. I can make
Wait
it
a
look.
minute. That looks like he's wearing a hat though.
No, it doesn't. I've already looked. I can
Wait
zoom
a
in as
minute.
much
You're
as
wait a
I can.
minute. Are
He's
you
not wearing a
saying
hat.
right here in this photo right here he's not wearing a hat?
And this is not wearing a hat. You can see there's no break of a hat. Look at his hair here, Pat. You see this? You see
Mm-hmm.
how neatly cropped this is, almost shaved?
Mm-hmm.
Goes all the way down. If there was a hat, there would be like a denture, and like when you're wearing a hat,
Mm-hmm.
that there's like Lily, you will see that there, or Megan, you will see that there's it tights because it has to be a little bit tight to fit, right?
But it
So it
looks
doesn't
like
fall
a
apart.
but it looks like a hat to me.
No, no, no.
It's
I can go I've gone as far in as possible. See, and if you look here, look at this thing here. Look at this thing here. Do you see this?
mm-hmm.
I can show you the other picture. Do you want me to show you the other picture of
Mm-hmm.
Archie? You
I'm
will
just
see that he doesn't have a cleaned side. It's always messy, just like Lily and curly.
okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you. And it is very unfortunate because they always show really weird pictures of the kids. We've seen pictures that Meghan Markle has shown. Let me see. You know what? The best thing to do sometimes is just go to their Instagram. Go to her Instagram because we will see, she's so dumb. She unfortunately exposes herself in her Instagram, right?
I just can't believe yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm going to show you. I can show you. Let me show you the other picture because on the Instagram it looks short. It looks it's hard to see. So whereas here, if I put the picture from here, I can make it larger. I can enlarge it. Archie hair is always like longish, just like Lily's, and it's always, you know what I mean? They're not properly groomed, these children. Like Lily,
Yeah.
the thing is with a soiled diaper. This girl here with big feet and clearly photoshopped, and that hair, she could, what's insane that she can't photoshop the hair to look neat.
It's really sad. I mean, I'm just looking at the picture on my phone because I can see it better.
Yeah, because maybe you have a better view.
Yeah, and I just cannot get over how unkempt that little girl looks to me.
Always. I mean, and for that birthday thing that they did,
Which birthday thing are you talking about?
remember when they went to Disneyland and the little girls got with the hair all falling apart, like the
Oh
hair all
yeah.
messed up
No
and
shoes
bare
on.
feet. And it was chilly because everybody else is wearing sweater. I'm just trying to find the picture. Bloody hell. I can't, I don't know where I put it. But if I find it, I'll put it. But the thing is, though, that here it is. They always look. Oh no, that's a different one that they did. This they did something so naughty. I got a picture that somebody did. Pat is very terrible. Like Megan. Have you seen? I don't know if you've seen that picture about Harry and Meghan. Have you seen that picture that they done that they have
Mm-mm.
edited?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay, let me see. I'll put it here so you can see it. It's. I don't know how these people think of this. I really don't know. I mean, kudos to them. But let me see if I can. Wait. Here. Okay, I'm gonna share because it's funny. It's just too funny. Wait, stop sharing. I'm gonna do this here. Dun, dun, here. See? It's saying I can't see it. It's too small.
That is terrible. People are so bad.
I just think but really, I mean, you can't. They put these things out. What do you think is going to happen? Who's going to find it? Showing. Look how badly edited this is. Because I don't know who edited this, but you know how you have the brand Levi's, the thing or the jeans, right?
Uh-huh.
This is sewn, right? But yet somehow his shirt is stuck in between the brown, unless the label is falling out, which I doubt because the jeans look pretty new. But the literally the shirt is inside the label. Do you know what I mean?
It's I see, yes, it's supposed to be inside the pants.
Yeah, because otherwise that would mean that the label is falling off. You know how
Uh,
you have the jeans?
mm-hmm.
You have the jeans, right?
Yeah.
And you have the label. But the label is sewn. The square is sewn everywhere, right?
Right.
So how could the label be over the shirt, inside the shirt? Let me zoom it in some more so you understand what I'm saying. You see, this is the label, right? Can
Mm-hmm.
you see it?
I see
This is
the
supposed
label.
to be the
Yeah.
square label, right?
Yeah.
So the label is sewn all across, unless the label tore and fell apart, that the shirt got stuck in there.
Well, it looks like to me it's
Let me see if I can show you what I
there's a
mean.
belt. I mean, is he wearing a belt? Yeah, he's wearing a belt.
But never mind the belt. I'm saying the label. That is supposed to be the label of the jeans.
Right, but you can still see that his pants are I mean, his shirt is
It's
not
fine
tucked
if the
in.
shirt is out, but the shirt can't be inside the label.
Oh, okay, yeah, right. It can't be. No.
Let me see. I don't know if I can. Let me see. Let me go get you a pair of jeans, and I'll tell you what I mean.
Okay.
Because
So,
you keep talking, Pat. You keep talking.
right. Okay, so when I first saw this picture,
This,
immediate oh, this just okay. So when I first saw this picture, I immediately thought to myself, this is so far from any kind of photo to show a family that is still together. It speaks volumes that there is a problem between Harry and Meghan because they are not even connecting with each other. It's all about them connecting with one of the children. But you don't see the parents, the family unit, the one that is supposed to be holding the family together, actually showing love and support for each other because that is what a family is. It's more than you giving attention to one child. What about Harry giving child to Lily? What about Megan giving attention to Archie? This to me seems like once again two people who are not even in the same photo with their children.
yeah.
It
Now,
just is, and also, can I just say, the background is engulfs the whole the people. It's like there's so much of the background being seen. It's almost as if they're not even trying to show you the couple with these kids because they've allowed so much of the background to be a part of the photo to not draw too much attention to the people in the photo. It there's so much wrong with this being that kind of a photo for their Christmas card or their holiday card. It to me it doesn't speak to that was the intention of this photo. To me it feels like it was rushed. It doesn't matter what we're doing this for, just put something out there. But when you are intentional in what you are trying to do, you create that which people can see. We see something that is showing us a happy family. They have not created that. They have just thrown anything out there and slapped on a label and said, this is what it is. But it speaks to being a completely disheveled family, not aligned in purpose and who they are as a family unit. The children, Lily more specifically, doesn't even seem uh, well groomed. She seems like her mother is completely overtaking her and commanding her be happy. The daughter is not engaging with the mother. She's just standing there seeming pretty frightened to me. The little boy, once again, is off the chain, climbing like he's climbing a tree with his father. And Harry looks stoned out of his mind with his butt showing. I mean, there's so much happening in this photo. Like, how could you even think this is going to be your Christmas card? Like, why would you even think that? You know what it says to me? This was never meant to be a Christmas card. This was meant to put something out there for the sake of putting something out there because they're not even together enough to even want to take a Christmas picture together, because that's not intentional. That right there, it's just very confusing.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what this is here, Pat. You see, these are the jeans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do
Mm-hmm.
you see how the label, this is outside. Do you see how the label is sewn here?
Oh, okay. I see what you're seeing. Yeah.
So if even if the shirt is outside, but you can see that the label is like
Mm-hmm.
coming on unstuck because it's covering part of the shirt.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It is as
Mm-hmm.
though imagine that this label, part of it came off, and then the shirt got stuck inside.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're
That's what I
saying.
meant by that.
Okay.
And thank you, Neely, for the super sticker to Miss P. Dinah. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much, Neely Ford. Thank you, dear.
So the thing is, though, that this is not a family picture at all.
No.
You know, this is
Mm-mm.
not a family picture. This is not, there's no cohesiveness, there's no unity. I mean, they could have done one with their backs to them or even show the kids standing but and blur their faces. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And here's what I think is very key. And I didn't even think about this for my video that I just did. But when you think about how Megan wants to always show that she's with her Harry,
Mhm.
she's always trying to show that for the sake of showing it. The one time to really show that, they couldn't even do it when their intention was to do it. She couldn't even do it for that purpose. She can fake it when they're out in public, or, try to hold hands or whatever. But when they were trying to come together to create something that showed we really are together, they couldn't do it. They couldn't
They
do it.
can't. Well, it's the same thing, Pat, with when they did that picking up the tree with Harry's going with that poor, unfortunate higher actress for Lily, where they showed a girl who's like 4 years old, or attempted to show that girl that Megan is pulling her on that whatever you little cart or whatever. Remember
Okay.
she did the Christmas thing where she goes with Lily and Archie and they're running around in the pumpkin patch for Halloween.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Harry and Meghan couldn't even look. They couldn't even look at each other's eyes. Remember when they got together? There's like, oh my God, Harry's like looking at each other. It's like
Mhm.
you got to get together and you got to do it, and
Yeah, yep.
no interaction between Harry and the kid. But they showed interaction with Uncle Marcus.
Right. And they have to fake it. They have to try to fake it, but sometimes your feelings are so strong where you can't even fake it anymore. And I think I remember when it all started to go downhill. Now remember back when they gave out a award to these people that won, I forget what they won, but Harry and Meghan made a phone call to the winners. It was about a minute, 2-minute video. They could not even look at each other during that video. When they were sitting across from each other, talking on the phone or holding the phone, talking to the winners of this prize, they did not one time look at each other. I can't remember what it was that they were giving away, some
Oh,
art sale thing.
she was wearing beige, sitting again, and I think it was something with the Well Child Awards or something that Harry's talking to them, and Meghan is extending the phone like that, and they're sitting together. They can't even look at each other.
Yeah, they never once looked at each other. And so those are like the little things that start to happen, and it builds and it builds. And they have to try to show we're still together, because that can't be the story. The story has to be, we still love each other, we're still doing our good work, we got to fake the facade of what our message is. We can't let people know what the truth is that is happening behind the closed doors, because then that becomes the story. That becomes how people are going to start looking towards that, and then they'll know our secret. They can't know our secret. They have to fake it because they don't want people to know the truth, essentially. And
No,
so, but it is in these moments of nonverbal communication, the way the relationship is evolving with things that Megan has done. Like, I think going to Paris, driving by the place where Diana died, like how Harry looked at Megan when she was in New York and they were doing that award. You could tell Harry was so beside himself, upset and angry with this woman for what she did. And it's these little things that keep happening and they keep happening, that you can't even fake it anymore, because your body is consumed with all the things that have just been ticking away at you, all the things that have been happening over the years. And before you know it, as time goes on more and more, it's so broken that you can't even fake your own lie anymore because it's too real for you. You can't. And Harry, I think, is at a moment now where you can see it. They can't fake it. It's
Isn't it
quite
interesting, Suzanne?
extraordinary.
Isn't
Mhm.
it interesting because they filmed that with Love Megan or Christmas, whatever the hell you want to call it. She filmed it in April last year.
Mhm.
And
Right.
even then, you can see that there's barely any interaction because people, for some reason, especially the Sussex Squad, they think that Harry's this year that they filmed it because Megan said that she had been busy filming her
Mhm.
holiday special when she went on the
Mhm.
Top 100. She's been so busy between filming the holiday special and, so she's lying, saying that, pretending that
Right.
she filmed it there, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So it is something very interesting because clearly, I even thought, Pat, when I looked at that picture, that they took their shots separately and then they just put them together,
Yeah.
which is why you would see Harry's foot. Um, it looks odd.
Looks a little distorted.
Yes, there's a picture that Meghan Markle and Harry put at Meghan Markle and Harry. I can't remember. Do you remember the picture where they're walking and she's wearing this white dress and Harry's looking with let me see because I think she has that in her whatchamacallit in her Instagram. So it's
Okay.
that picture that and then I found out because I had to reach out to my mate and he's like, "Oh, I'll tell you what's wrong and this is why you don't you don't it looks odd." Do you guys remember which picture I'm talking about? Meghan Markle and Harry are picture is a black and white picture for a change. And their picture walking and Meghan is wearing this white sheet of a dress and Harry's wearing whatever, and they're holding hands.
Mhm.
You know what picture I'm talking about?
Trying to think.
Let me see if I can find it because
Oh, are they going so like what's the setting or
they are allegedly black and white. And let me see, white picture. It's a black and white picture. White dress. Let me see. I'll find it here in California. Let me see, California. It is a. It's a white black and white picture, and they're walking. They're being pictured of them, both of them, from behind, and Meghan Markle, let me see, holding hands. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know which pictures I'm talking about. Oh, here, there's these ones. Oh, I got it. I love this. I love this. Okay.
now I want and then when you're done, I want to address what I'm seeing in the comments about this photo. They're
Okay. Yeah.
seeing people.
Hello, Lauren, the insider. How
Hi,
are you,
Lauren.
gorgeous? How was your live?
It was good. It was
Why the
nice.
hell am I in the middle here? Yes, great, great. We're just talking about something, and I'm going to show you this quickly so, Pidana, you can tell us what it is. It's this picture.
Oh,
Okay. You know what
okay.
my friend who's a photographer said? The reason why this looks off and this looks slanted, you see
Uh,
this thing looks slanted,
uh-huh.
is because they slanted the picture this way. So if you straighten it, she'll look short and the field would look even.
But she's not that hot tall compared
Yeah, but
to
that's because they slanted the picture upwards. The picture is slanted. You can and once if you unslant it, I'll see if I can download it and show it. How are you? I'll do my magic and you can address your thing.
Okay. All right. So I was seeing in the comments here, I was trying to um so I guess apparently the children are faked in the photo of the Christmas or holiday card for Harry and Meghan. Is that what I'm understanding? Is that what you heard, Lauren?
Well, I know there are a lot of people think they're like fake children and everything. I don't, but I think the error comes up that they don't use updated pictures, and so they take pictures at the start of the year and release them. I mean, I always feel really bad. Like, I don't want to ever criticize a child or anything, but I was really surprised that they would use a picture where Lily's hair was not brushed. And I have a 4-year-old, right? I know how hard it is to brush children's hair. Like, it is the worst part of my day, that and the teeth. It's always an argument with them. But for a Christmas card, what trying to what does she want to be like some Mother Earth? It's all very, very odd. To me, it looked like Harry and Archie were shot and Meghan and Lily were shot, and it was all put together.
Yeah.
There was nothing family about it. And, sometimes I say, we can read into things too much. But when it comes to something like this, and the world is saying they're not together, the world is saying this is fake, you would use that opportunity to counteract that narrative from a PR point of view. And this was just very fake.
Because here's what I think. When you have to think about your audience. That's like usually the first thing you think about when you're intentionally doing something. Now, this is supposed to be a Christmas card, right? Christmas card is meant to what? It is to show people your family or to give well wishes from us to you. And you are sending a heartfelt message. In this photo, you see people interacting with their child as if we're not there, the audience, taking in the heartfelt message.
Yeah.
It is a message that we're not even a part of because they're interacting with their respective child. And then you don't even see the parents interacting. Meghan's not interacting with Archie. Harry's not interacting with Lily. So there's a disconnect even with the parent, with the other child. And so there's a lot of disconnect, and the audience is meant to not even really take in this heartfelt message of what we're looking at. We are essentially irrelevant to this photo snap. And it's a diss almost to the people you're showing this card at, because you're not really showing a heartfelt message to the people you're saying this is our Christmas card.
So do you know what I when I saw that Christmas card, the first thing I thought was, this is a fingers up to King Charles, because Harry's father is the supreme governor of the Church of England. Okay. Now, I know Happy Holidays is used a lot. Well, yeah, I
forgot that he is, though.
I know that Happy Holidays is used in America around Thanksgiving, but after Thanksgiving, it's Happy Christmas. And the very fact,
I think they say Merry Christmas.
Yeah, but the very
they say Happy Christmas.
They say Happy Christmas.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas.
We say Merry Christmas. I've never heard Happy
Christmas. Have a very happy Christmas.
No, this is what I think.
I can show them to you. I can show you that if the problem is that stupid BBC, they always, if you show even like 10 seconds, because I did one video and I really wanted to show the Queen's speech, for Christmas, one of her last ones. Later, she started saying Merry Christmas, but earlier in all her earlier Christmas messages, it was Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas.
I mean, we do not, it is so not a thing in England to say Happy Holidays. And it annoyed me about her Netflix show because it was all the Happy Holidays. And people said, oh, that's for Thanksgiving too. But actually, this is, in my opinion, all part of their globalist agenda. They are, not... Your father is the supreme governor of the Church of England, and then you have a chance to fully control some PR, and you use that to say happy holidays. It's all about, in their mind, appealing to a broad audience, ticking boxes, that blanket coverage, because, religion seems to be very politicized at the moment. And I thought it was so disrespectful that they said happy holidays, specifically because they dropped it after Thanksgiving. So there is no reason for them to do that whatsoever. And we saw as well with,
his father and
with the wedding, when they said, oh, we're already married. We were married before. It's like, no, you weren't. You're talking out your rear end.
Yeah, it's like they don't care about the messaging that is sent out there separate from where it originates from. Like you are connected to this, and they're trying to distinctly create a separation from what the tradition is, right? They're trying to separate themselves intentionally from that, but still remain connected to use money and to commercialize and to do all that stuff. And but is Charles saying anything to him about that? I doubt it.
I doubt it. But that's why I don't think they will come back to England as well. I think it's very much part of him wanting this protection. He's using it like, oh, I want to come back with the kids, but actually no, he's using that as leverage to then get the protection, because I don't believe they could not function, Harry and Meghan, in England as England is at the moment, because it is very, very turbulent. And, people are not going to, it's a small pool here. Do you know what I mean? Compared to America and where they are not going to get any of the kind of funds that they are raising to put through their philanthropies, whatever it is. They're not going to get any of that here. Harry has sued half the press. He's back in the High Court in January, starting on the 14th of January. So they are not going to get their egos being massaged here. They are not going to get, that at all. Like People magazine do. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Harry wants to. Well, go ahead.
I just want to say the Queen. Let's listen to the Queen here, because she's beautiful.
Okay.
Well, she was beautiful.
And enjoyment and the peace of a very happy Christmas.
See?
Hey, but she wasn't saying that speech to the Americans, okay?
No, of course she was saying it to her people. It's just the way that I always love, because I actually watch this YouTuber. He's amazing, guys. He does a speech. He compares old English, and he has a video dedicated to the Queen, how her English changed throughout the years, right?
Really?
Yes, because it changed with the times to accommodate the time, because this is the Queen's English.
Well, that's true. And language in general has done that through. Yeah, that's very true to how we speak.
Yeah.
We evolve and change and grow, and it changes over time.
But this guy has like 5 million views on that video that he did of the Queen, because he starts with stuff like this, right? When she's giving her speeches, and he goes, let's see how it's changed. And then he used the last one, and he's very funny, because he says, she doesn't say happy. She says happy, very happy, very, very happy.
Do you know, since the late Queen died, this country has just gone
shit. That's
the minute she died, it just went, this country went. I mean, it's just like in free fall now. You're just watching everything go, what is going on?
Interesting. So where are you from in England, Lauren?
So I live actually quite near the Middletons.
Oh, Berkshire. Oh, hello, Manuela. Hello.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute.
I was talking to Lauren, because I love the Cotswold, and I used to go to Burford all the time.
So for anyone that's not in England, the Cotswolds is beautiful. It's all kind of Yellowstone, and I will actually do I'll do a video. We'll do a live again, and I'll bring the video on. I'll go to the Middletons farm. owned by Catherine's sister. And then I'll also go to Burford. Burford, it has this garden centre, but it's not a garden centre. It's like, I mean, my husband literally is like, no, not Burford, not Burford. He once said, like, I'll buy you something here. And then he saw how much. I was like, it's just a garden centre, but it's not. It's a bit like Liberty that sells plants or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just stunning. But yeah, there's some lovely places around here. But this
The pubs
country
are
is
amazing there. The pubs are very beautiful.
Yeah, they're not. Can I just address this holiday TWA person for her
What is
super
it?
chat and read what it says?
Let me see.
Show
It
what
says here, Meghan Markle's show was called with love, Meghan, but she sends her friends baskets signed courtesy of the Duchess, blah, blah, blah. She's the worst. And we're going to get into that a little bit because we're going to touch upon that thing. And I have the little clip that I sent Pat about Harry using the whale's title as a last name. It's not the first time he's done it. He started about a couple of months ago and he hasn't stopped. And like I've always said with abusive people, they start with little things to see if anybody says, hey, you can't do it. And they just escalate. Thank you, Manuela.
Thank you, Holiday TWA, for your super chat.
And I want to, before we start with this, because Pat, you have a charity in the United States.
I'm sorry, there's more super chats. I did not even realize this.
We have the Nikki. She's become a member. All of you guys who become members. And we have Neely Ford. And we have Holiday Twad, Meghan Markle. And don't forget, please donate to Pat's charity because she's not Archwell. So, and we're going to get into the shady businesses that they're doing right now because Pat actually has a charity in the United States of America. And this is one of the things that I wanted to show you guys because we're going to start with the IRS. Meghan Markle keeps posting those things.
Can I just say, I love this. Today, I was in a museum with my children and I'm voice noting Paula. And she's like, and she came out with all this stuff. And I was like, you are like, nothing gets through. Like you are like, some, I don't mean this in a rude way, but like cockapoo dogs are called truffle hunters. And if there's a piece of truffle in the mountains, they'll find it. It's like, if there's a little bit of royal corruption, you know it. You've got it. Well, the world will be asleep, but Paula's like, I've got it.
It's not giving past Paula ill. Oh no.
No, but you're also, Pat, because you've also looked at this. And I reached out to Pat because she has a public charity, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is not Pat making this up or anything. This is for reals. So in the United States, if you're a public charity, you have to send your stuff to the IRS.
You're $9.90.
You're $9.90. Yes, you can show it on your website. I mean, you can put anything you want on whatever crappy website you have. But what counts is the one that is on the IRS site, because that means that they have looked at your thing and at your tax filing and it is good. Once they have proved that, they post it on your website, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what it's supposed to look like from from a proper I'm just looking for the correct one, for the proper one that is let's see here, tax exempt. Here, this is the American Red Cross. Here, you see this is the American National Red Cross. This is the IRS website.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes publication data. And then you have the copies of returns, the 990s. You can see all the tax years. They filed it 2023, but they're 1 year behind. They should be 2024, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not there because it should have been filed by April. The public charities, do you do from the 1st of January till the 31st of December, Pat?
It depends on your fiscal year. Mine is July 1 to June 30th.
Okay, maybe they are like this too,
Yeah.
But you can see, this is what you would see if they're publishing their stuff, right? American National Red Cross. And I'm showing comparison, guys. So we're not fooled by any stupidity that this can't my show, okay? So again, she's posted that on her website. And
if the kids has just woken up, give me 2 seconds.
Yeah,
I'm just
sure,
go, hang on.
Now we have here with Meghan Markle's, and this is hers. This is Archwell Inc. It's not Archwell Foundation. So if you go to the IRS and you try to look it up as Archwell Foundation, it's not. It's Archwell Inc. Okay, and there's nothing.
Go to the okay, hold on. Tax
The
year.
990 doesn't have it. Organization, so
Hold
it
on,
doesn't
where's
have
the list? I thought they did 2.
No, they've done one, the 2020. That's it. I've gone through the list, trying to find them. I mean, I'm going to go back here and see. Here we go. You have Archwell, right? California,
Right.
United
And
States.
then hit search.
Search. We're doing this in real time, guys. Okay. Did I type in Archwell? Yeah. Sorry, it's just taking a little bit long now. Okay. Organization name, Archwell Inc., right? And then we go to the Form 990. That's it.
That's interesting. So they haven't, but I could have swore I saw that they did at least 2 years. They've
No,
only
you have
done
here.
one.
You have determination letters, Pub 78 data. Maybe it's here. Nope. Then you go to copies of returns. Maybe it's there.
Yeah, that's where I
there's the
saw
one.
it.
2022. That's the one. That's the last time they filed. And their tax year goes from the 1st of January till the 31st of December.
Okay.
I'll show you guys because I have the tax filings here. Not the tax filings. I have what they submitted to the Department of Justice in California. Remember when they were declared delinquent?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was for this year, that 2022, I think.
For 2023, because they hadn't handed in the 2023 tax return. And they handed it in late. They got an extension to hand it. Remember that they were going to hand in the 2023 and 2024. They haven't filed the 2024 either. I'll show you. We'll go through that so you guys can see. But we see that the last tax filing that they did is 2022.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Approved by the IRS, because the IRS will only post these once everything is okay, right, Pat?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And you're the expert on this.
I wouldn't say I'm the expert. I just know from my experience having a charity, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my friend, the accountant.
Yeah, she would know.
She was shocked. She says, "Where are the rest?" And she works with the IRS. Right, Pat?
Right.
You know, Paola. She works with the IRS. In fact, she trains with the IRS. She's worked with the IRS for 30-some years. And she she does consultancy with the IRS because she wants to be updated every year. So the IRS makes you pay for courses. So rather than paying the $4,000, she says, I'm going to donate my time to people, because the IRS does have consultants twice, at least in Florida, because she lives in Florida, twice a week, where people can come and ask questions, and say, I have this, and they would have consultants. So my friend does that. Okay. Mm-hmm. And she was like, wait a minute, where are the tax returns? And then I said, well, they're not here. So we're going to get now to this and this is important. And I'm going to tell Pat, why is it important? And I'll back it up with what I'm about to show. Why is it important, Pat? According to the IRS, if you don't file your taxes with the IRS.
If you don't file your tax return 3 years in a row, you will lose your IRS status.
It's right here. In general, exempt organizations are required to file annual returns, although there are exceptions. If an organization does not file a required return of files late, the IRS may assess penalties. In addition, if an organization does not file as required for 3 consecutive years, it automatically loses its tax-exempt status. Mm-hmm. Now, before anybody goes and loses their crap, maybe they sent it by post. Here, it goes on to say that after 2019, all public charities are mandated to e-file it. That means to send it electronically.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, though, right, this is what it all comes down to. This is what really winds me up. It's different bloody rules for them. It's like, we the people.
Mm-hmm.
I had a letter through today. Oh, you're in trouble because your email address we've got registered for you doesn't work. It's like, well, I haven't changed it. Do you know what I mean? But you want to come for the normal people. But these clowns,
right. Can do whatever they want.
Goodness knows what. It's like different rules for them, just like Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. We saw, there's a Met investigation, and what do you know? Nothing to see here.
Yep.
As we knew it would be, nothing will happen.
Yeah. But I'm going to show you here. This is now with the Department of Justice, right? This is directly from the DOJ, RCT, DOJ, CA, California, State of California. This is directly. This is, remember when Meghan Markle, Archwell thing was declared delinquent, because every year you have to register, pay a fee, register, and submit your 990, right? And they also, this is separate than the IRS. They have to submit it to the State of California, right? To the Department of Justice. If you look at this, it tells you everything they've done. Tells you, they even shows here the delinquency notice, right? And then they got their renewal filing in 2023. I'll show you, because when I do this, it opens a window, and and unfortunately it doesn't open. I'll show it because it doesn't open. It doesn't open in there, but I'll show you what it means. So they haven't asked for an extension. It tells you which periods they have filed here, Pat. You see that?
Yeah.
So they filed the 2023 in November 2024. So they had already gotten an extension to file the 2022 and 2023 by May 2024, May 15, 2024. And because they didn't, it triggered that delinquency letter. And they didn't apply for an extension or anything else. They remember all the brouhaha. You had Gavin Newsom coming on the news saying, "Oh no, it was a mistake by the DOJ." It is not. That is gaslighting at its work. There's no mistake.
Right.
And they hadn't requested an extension. So now they have submitted up till the 2023. Now 2024 they haven't. And I'm going to show you what they're doing right now, because their filings is it's so incorrect. Because remember Fidelity Charitable? Remember Fidelity Charitable? This is their annual registration renewal fee report. They submitted it in November 21st, 2024, almost 7 months after the due date. And this is for just 2023. They haven't filed the 2024. They're already delinquent.
Yeah.
You see? And their fiscal year, it tells you here, is that from the 1st of January till the 31st of December. And here,
Paula, can I just say as well, this is what drives me nuts, okay, is that you will not see people in the mainstream media have these conversations, hold these two accountable, and actually investigate this. And that is why it becomes so infuriating, because it is, a national, international media outlet or a journalist. It is their job to do this. But they all want to be in with the raw rota, and then that you have to discount, I would say, though, anyone that is in the raw rota, because that is purely propaganda. And so why are these questions not being asked? Because actually they are on the royal website. This is shocking. And if there's nothing to see, then just tell us then, but they won't.
No, I agree with you. But, it is infuriating for me, because you see there, for example, I had Camilla Tominey call me a deranged Sussex squad because I called her out on a lie. I caught her out on a lie.
I mean, I'm really not a fan of Camilla Tominey. And this is the thing. They all, those types of journalists become mouthpieces for what the palace want you to know. And this is all PR. And this is why, there are some brilliant accounts out there that are actually doing the forensics, like you do, Paula. But you also have to think as well, there are, when you're putting information out in the public domain that people don't want out, they're going to try and discredit it, and they're going to try and bury it. But the mainstream media, they are mouthpieces for the palace. Now, I do love the royal family, and I want a royal family, but I want transparency. We are all taxed a huge amount, and this is not just in England, this is around the world. I've lost a lot of trust in the royal family since Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, since King Charles hasn't been strong enough. And so what they need to do now is see this for what it is. what Harry and Meghan are doing, in my professional opinion, and this is backed up with half my life spent doing this job, they are repeating all of the same patterns that Andrew and Sarah have done, just dressed up in and presented in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And this is terrible. This is terrible. You know, like, especially like with Meghan right now, with what she did with her father. I saw Jack Royston. I'm surprised you haven't done that yet, Lauren or Pat. I actually went through the thing that he did about the father, and he's like murking. And you know how wording is important? He says like, well, you know, Meghan, you know, he wasn't that terrible of a father. Instead of saying he was a wonderful father to her, so she should reach out to him, he says, well, he wasn't a terrible person. He saw her on weekends, and like, and you're thinking, and it's like, and he's chuckling. He literally is chuckling at that in making you feel you're ridiculous for even considering that Meghan is in the wrong, and that Meghan is going to go see her father. Are you?
Yeah.
He betrayed her, you know, because he got some pictures of himself. So they're using Cameron Walker. That guy has literally, his lips are Meghan Markle's ass. Sorry, it's just that. Have you heard that? Have you heard that guy? How he talks about the Duchess? The Duchess.
Yeah.
The Duchess. You know, and it's like Meghan Markle blaming her father for she sent him a nasty letter. And I know the contents of the letter. She sent him a nasty letter.
Wait a minute. You know the contents of the letter?
Yes, but I can't say them.
Well, girlfriend, you know you must be calling me. Well, I know it was a little negative.
That's a clue.
I know. The thing is that she berated him and she blamed him, that he finds himself, kind of implying that he finds himself in that situation of his own making, and to quit bothering her because she's moved on with her life and stuff like that. Basically, you are where you are, Dad, because you are. Basically, that's what the letter said. It's your fault you're in that position.
Well, you know, here's the situation that I know, and that is not because of those photos that Meghan doesn't see her father. You all know that, right?
Yeah.
It's not because of the photos why she doesn't speak to her father.
Why do you think he doesn't speak to her?
Meghan doesn't speak to Thomas Markle because Thomas Markle will not disown Samantha and Thomas Jr. She wanted him to not associate with them anymore because she knows that by her father having his children in his life means that Meghan has to be in the life of Samantha and Thomas. So to prevent her from even having to be confronted by that relationship, she's trying to cut her father off from that relationship. So she just has her father. It's not about the two degenerate children that she feels that he should never speak to again. That's how she sees them. And so Meghan has shown herself, even when she was living with Doria, Meghan, and Thomas, they were like, they had a business called the Three Cherubs. And I remember Samantha saying, well, what about me and Tom? Like, it's 5 of us. But they were always constantly trying to get rid of Doria, was the other 2 children of Thomas. And so over the years, it has just grown where Meghan has just not wanted anything to do with them because I want my daddy, and I don't want my daddy associating with those 2 children because my mother, Doria, has always not wanted them. I don't want to be with them. And so because Thomas Markle keeps them around and talks to his children as he should, Meghan has decided to cut him off because there was a conversation. This was in the very beginning, before all this even happened with Meghan and the photographs. Thomas Markle wanted to go to Canada and he wanted to take photos to show and to introduce the world to Thomas being introduced to the world with Meghan next to him and Doria next to him, because they were going to show Meghan is the girlfriend of Prince Harry at the Invictus Games. This was all created, and Thomas at the time wanted to go to Canada because Doria was going. He should have been allowed to go too, but they told him no, he could not go. he could not be there, because this is when Meghan had expected her father to disown Samantha and Thomas, because this was going to be a big thing now, her being into royalty. We can't have Thomas Markle, my daddy, associating with these children who will then somehow be connected to me and my new life as a royal. And so it was a plan. So in order to make this, I think, tangible for people to accept that she's no longer speaking to her father, she set her father up to do something, to have a reason before the public to say, I'm no longer speaking to my father because look what he did. He took photos. He's embarrassed me. Like, that's the reason why she doesn't speak to him. But people don't understand that it's because of Meghan's selfish behavior and not wanting to associate with her half siblings that she has disowned her father.
Yeah. Also, I think that Samantha being in a wheelchair would have taken attention away from her.
Yeah, she would have. Yeah. And then they would be a part of the story. People would want to hear what they had to say. Then Meghan being there and having to accept their narrative as well. So it's better to not accept their narrative when you don't even act as if they exist. They don't know me. So their story doesn't matter. What they say about my childhood and who I was doesn't matter, because I don't even acknowledge them.
And I wanted to play this by and Lauren, you are from a PR point of view. Okay, I just listen to this wanker here because
the green light, the thumbs up, the kind of parental seal of approval for her childhood. She has not said she had a terrible childhood, that he brought, he was a narcissist when she was a kid, and he's evil and he destroyed her emotionally with his terrible parenting. She hasn't said that. She's given him a kind of, a glowing review of his parenting in her childhood. He made sure she got to her, dance classes and so on, helped with the lighting arrangements at her school plays, paid for her university career. And she went to a fee-paying private school too, in Los Angeles, exclusive school, Immaculate Heart. So from Meghan's narrative, it all disintegrated because of this paparazzi thing in the build-up to the wedding. That he was out in Mexico living his life, cropped at that time, and he was saying no and turning everything down. But Meghan and Harry never went out to see him, I think, is a big part of what went wrong with the Thomas Markle situation. He still never met Harry.
Okay, pause it for a second. So why do you think she never went out there?
Can I say as well, I mean, they would frequently go on long haul flights for a matter of days. And the very fact, I actually felt really, and since I've felt, I do feel like the Markles need to all take it out of the public domain, but I felt very sorry for Thomas Markle. Now, I know a lot of people think that Meghan was behind the pap shots and everything. I don't think that was the case in Mexico. Really? Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Mm-hmm. Because there are known paparazzi that will do these deals and say when people are really under the cosh and really stressed and not, the fact that Thomas was a lighting director or whatever doesn't mean he knew how paparazzi worked. And the palace and Meghan and Harry did not support Thomas Markle whatsoever. He was totally, I felt, fending for himself. And so he would have been told by the paparazzi, you can turn it around. If Meghan had set these up, they would have only been done with a watertight contract where they would have had full sign off on this. It would have been done with a totally different camera. It would not have been shot in that way, that it would have been a much more organic way, because these pap shots it's almost like part and parcel of when you work with the paps. They're kind of like so obvious that Meghan and the palace, they would never have approved them. And so this photographer went and said to Thomas, you can take control back, you can earn a lot of money, all of this. The paparazzi shots that ran, I felt terrible for him. And, I'm not a Thomas Markle fan, but they were so tacky and so cheesy and did the absolute opposite of what a great paparazzi will change the narrative without you knowing that
exactly. But that's why
But Megan does that.
Megan has a relationship with that photographer. The photographers that took those photos are in cahoots with Megan.
Yeah, he actually was in an interview. He actually gave an interview. The thing here, though, is that you're assuming Meghan Markle is a classy lady who does things. Have you seen the pap shots that she organized in London while she was there?
When she was,
or the pap shots you haven't seen the one that she organized here in Toronto, where she actually went to the flower shop and the guy said, yeah, she called us. The guy, the pap is on record saying he called us.
And my old assistant used to work with her, and I don't have an assistant now. I'm in the real world, but when I was in PR, and yeah, not loved PR. Loved to pay for PR on retainer, even when not in the country. So the story goes, that is weird.
Yeah, like for example, when she was photographed, when she was dating Harry, she staged a pap. She told the pap, I'm staying at Kensington, Buckingham Palace, whatever. I'm going to be walking out. And she came with that poverty, feed the poor, whatever thing. Those are the kind of, have you seen the pop shots that this woman organizes? And I mean, they're so bad because she's D-list. If Meghan were a smart person, she would not find herself in this kind of trouble. Have you seen her Instagram, how crappy it is? Like everything she posts is crap. I mean, I feel bad for Mr. Markle. Like, what do you think that this guy is saying here, that Mr. Markle wasn't that terrible? Why do you think he's saying it like that rather than saying he was a great father?
Because it's Newsweek.
Yeah, but do you think that they're trying to downplay how great of a father it is? Because he later on goes to say, why should Meghan Markle go and see him? You guys are crazy, you know? It's like this whole, you should really do a video about that, like, because it's absolutely vile. If you analyze it, it says like, why would she go see him? If anything, you know, she should keep it superficial. That's how she's kept her relationships. Meghan Markle doesn't have a deep relationship with anybody. You wouldn't be able to, if you are able to ghost your father that way. City, come here. I mean, what do you
see your dog, Paula? Show us your dog. Show us your dog.
She's just standing there. Look. Can you see her?
Where's my other one? Rocky.
She's there. See? Rocky, she's just there. Can you see her?
Paula and I were speaking a few nights ago, and we both had our dogs, didn't we? And I've got a really fat Chihuahua. He's so fat. He looks like a corgi. He's so fat. He needs to go on a diet. January. And Paula's dog is also really fat.
Excuse me. She's been feeling lonely because she's a Meghan Markle. She needs all the attention, you see? Because when I'm not giving her attention, she loses it.
Don't ever compare your dog to Meghan Markle. That's
no. My dog is a queen and she smells wonderful. I just washed her.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Talking of dogs, that was so funny that Meghan's dog had died. No, not that the dog had died. But when the show came out, it's like got the dog from, you know, like nearly a year ago. It's like, oh my goodness. And those are key things. Like if you have this is why I know she's not taking advice from anyone, because your PR would be on set, right? If you've got an old dog, like my dog Muppet is 14 years old. It's obvious that the future isn't going to be long, which is heartbreaking. But if I were filming a family show, I would have nothing in it that would timestamp beyond things you can't control, like all of our ages and things like that. And that's how you just know she's taking no PR advice. She's gone rogue.
Yeah, it is insane. You know, like when I hear people, you know, she just opened that thing. It's called Archwell Philanthropist. I had the documents here, but you know, and she says this for Archie and Lily, but their names are nowhere. And guess who is the owner? The owner of this skanky thing, it's something called Cobblestone. Let me see, it's right here because I have all the papers here, guys. The owner of this is Cobblestone Lane LLC, and I'm going to show you who has, because I've been wanting to do this for a while now. It's
Paula, does your son ever bring girls home and you're like, I know what blood type you are. I know that the digits in the back of your passport, like I know.
yeah.
Because you are forensic.
No, it's just that this is insane that nobody, you know what, Lauren, you were talking, you nailed it. Mainstream media doesn't want to call this out. And I don't understand why. Why? From a main, and you know, I was talking, who was I talking to? And they were saying that, oh, the media, oh yes, with Victoria's Voice, I did a live yesterday, and she was saying that they would have the information and the media would put it out. And I said, no, they wouldn't. We have the reporter from CBS or ABC, whatever, who was
so
filmed.
I'll tell you why. The mainstream media are controlled opposition. So this is why, okay, I put a lot of the blame on the mainstream media, for example, for everything relating to Epstein and Andrew Mountbatten and all of those things. If you have money and power and influence, you can have protection, because the mainstream media, they can run fluffy stuff, okay? But anytime it's slightly contentious, it then goes to the lawyer's desk. And that lawyer would have to contact Harry's lawyer, for example. And then you get into a big legal battle. Now, let's just say a newspaper, are they going to risk doing that and then potentially being thrown off the Raw Rota, getting all access stopped? Because I believe that would happen. Because if you look back from July, we saw the pap shots with Harry's aides and Charles's aides. And if that was in July, when did this start? That would have started months and months and months ago. So I'm afraid Harry does have some level of protection. And this is what makes me feel really uncomfortable about it, because he is Muppet, come here. Sorry, my dog. Get here. Muppet, come here.
An area to be in.
It is, I did the same kind of video, Lauren, but I did it from the diplomatic point of view, because I work with these things and I know that by the time you actually get something public, it's been months of work behind the scenes before you make it public. You know, and I talked about it and I said, you know, this is why by the time they decide to make it to go public with it, or which is whatever it is, this is already cooked. This is happening. Because this is months of negotiation of like,
I said in the summer, I was like, this is all performative. And everyone was like, no, Charles can't be behind it. That's not true. And I said, I'm telling you now.
I get so much flack from that too.
If Charles died, what's it going to be? Oh, the next time Harry saw him was at the funeral. No, they're working backwards and they are trying to bring him back into the public domain. So that starts with, you know, oh, the meeting with the aides. Oh, Harry giving a quote to the press. Oh, a cup of tea. This is so infuriating as well, because I know people will have sat around boardroom tables, and the amount that goes into this performative BS, you know, and yes, people are allowed publicists, but when it starts to become theatrical, which I believe this is, I believe it has to be stamped out.
I mean, if you were not Harry, if Harry weren't Harry, the judge would have already thrown out this case, especially after what happened with the investigator. But I want to touch upon this, guys, because I want to show you this. This is Archwell Foundation, right? Look who owns Archwell Foundation. Is the owner's name is Cobblestone Lane LLC. Do you guys see it? That's the owner, right? So now I'm going to show you the name, who these people are. They've been there. It's a LLC, but they've had whatchamacallit, they've had Instagram. It goes to show you how long they've been preparing this. Okay, the Archwell thing, how long they've been doing this. Here, you see, this is Archwell Studio, Cobblestone Lane LLC, and it is them. I've verified it. Tells you when you go to about this account, they joined November 2020. Before they even left, and they changed the name once. When was like this is how long they've been planning this. So they have accounts like Meghan Markle. You know what the press really bothers me. Can you please help me with this, Lauren, because I don't understand it. Why is the press saying that Meghan Markle opened her Instagram account in January this year when all you have to do is go to the About Meghan page and it says that it was open in 2022, June 2022. Why do they lie? And when I reported on it in 2022, like 6 or 7 days after I found out she had opened that account and that Serena Williams and Kris Jenner were following her, and I reported on it, people call me a conspiracy theorist, deluded person. And now
because the mainstream media are so lazy. So they are spoon-fed information by the publicists, and they don't do their own research, and they don't want to get on the wrong side of the publicists, and Paula, you are a threat to them because you are doing a lot more than them.
But it's not only me, there's other YouTubers as well, but it is insane,
it's really unjust as well. I hate the word conspiracy theorist. You are deemed a conspiracy theorist if you don't digest mainstream media. Mainstream media is so toxic. I truly believe it should come with a health warning. And I am not joking on that. It is dangerous.
Let me tell you because I actually went on a live with Ron yesterday. We're doing the John Benet thing. We did a live about that true crime thing. And I actually read out loud what conspiracy means. And conspiracy means a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. So the reason why the media brands people like us conspiracy theorists is because conspiracy means that we are not to be believed simply for questioning, because that's what we're doing, is questioning the lies that they put out. It's like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. What do you mean? And I actually, the only video that has been taken down in my channel was when I talked about Epstein, and I said, I showed pictures of Meghan with Epstein, with Harvey Weinstein. And I actually show the flight log where it has Charles going to the island in November 26, 2001, from London to the flight from and immediately and YouTube, it wasn't even copyrighted. They didn't even let me take it down or anything. It was just like, no.
But I mean, this is let's talk about mainstream media and PR. And I'm not inciting hate. I am just using what's in the public domain. Our king was best friends with Jimmy Savile. His brother, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, incredibly close friends with Jeffrey Epstein. We need to start having this conversation, but the mainstream media never will. And then there's certain people that will say, well, you hate the monarchy, you're trying to damage them. I've had Lady C say that. Or two people, when they question it, it's like, no, I'm a normal person.
Really, you're new to the game. You should see what they called me.
Well, here's the thing. Did the king ever come out and apologize or say anything about his relationship with Jimmy Savile?
Never. No. Or Peter Ball? Peter Ball, he had them living, him and his twin brother living in the Duchy of Cornwall. He gave them a house for free. And he was actually one of the letters that this is what they did. That's what I was talking with Victoria. The letters, because of Charles, he was sending those spider letters, right? Mm-hmm. So the Associated Press said, hey, we need to have those letters. So the government fought against that. And they went all the way to the Supreme Court in the United Kingdom, and the court sided with the newspapers. So what did they do in the span of 7 weeks? They passed a law in all the House of Parliament immediately. This was an immediate law that all royal communications from anybody in the royal family to Parliament or with anything would be sealed. Rather than holding him to account, we're going to make it, rather than say we're going to be transparent, you should stop this because this is illegal. They passed the law where now you can't put any communication. So and people didn't say anything. Pat, I did my video yesterday because I just want to show you this, guys, because And I want people to understand that there are things you can do actually here. There are actually things, there's the Trademark Act of 1994 that you can avoid this, okay? So let's listen to this.
Prince Henry Charles Albert David of Wales, Sussex, what are you doing here?
Club Harry Wales, Gronganzi and Nick Roldan. Club Harry Wales, Gronganzi and Nick Roldan.
Prince Henry Charles Albert David of Wales, Sussex, what are you doing here?
Club Wales, Gronganzi and Nick Roldan.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Paula, can you send me that video? That's
I will send it to you, darling. I also have the picture of Ron Burkle, Jeffrey Epstein, and Bill Gates together, and Bill Clinton together. I will send that to you as well. That Ron sent it to me. But
Ron Burkle, I mean, this is
no, my Ron from Sean, he sent it to me. But Ron Burkle is the owner of Soho House, who sent Meghan Markle. How do you think Meghan Markle got in a private plane to Jamaica in a private plane in February 2017? And Prince Andrew and Fergie and Eugenie were at that wedding where Harry was there. She flew private plane while Harry flew economy plus. Where do you think
Ron Burkle, who's also godfather to Diddy's children, you know.
Oh, yeah. You know, I was talking to this friend, a very nice model. She is actually a supermodel. She wasn't Sean Atwood, and we were getting her on my channel. She's going to go, because she was friends with Ron Burkle. She flew in the plane with Ron Burkle and Jeffrey Epstein and all those people. I mean, she used to fight with Naomi Campbell. She has this long-standing feud with Naomi Campbell, you know. But it is insane what we're living. But
I met Naomi Campbell. She's so, in my opinion, rude.
Yeah, the king made her an ambassador for the Prince's Trust. Do you know who the king had last year? And Pat, you know that because my friend was there at the King's Trust in New York.
I remember.
You know that. I had the videos. I have everything. She went to the King's Trust dinner in New York at Cipriani's, I believe it was. Guess who was a guest of honor? John Legend with Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen, the bully of the internet. Why? Yeah. And I don't understand these associations. They make me uncomfortable. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. They make me uncomfortable. But what do you think? And so you know, the 1994 Trademark Act of the United Kingdom literally forbids anybody, including especially members of the royal family, those holding the titles, from using the royal titles in commercial, for commercial purposes. They're banned. It is a criminal act because it leads to confusion for people thinking that the British monarchy is endorsing private commercial business deals.
But, you know, this is the problem we've got. We've had, and I use him as an example because we know more about him than we've known about the others. You know, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, just all around the world on our bloody money. So, and there's no accountability for that whatsoever. You know, using tax money, extending trips, using our money whilst we drive. I'll tell you what happened today. I drove down the road. My car nearly came off the road because our potholes are so bad. Ask anyone that lives in England what our roads are like. We have become a third world country. It is absolutely obscene if you look at the roads. The roads are so dangerous. I have to literally drive around these potholes. And what, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor? Oh, it's fine. Because he's, you know, in the royal family, he can use our money that we're paying for. And then when we want to question it, we're told, no, oh, you're doing damage to the monarchy. Excuse me? I'm paying my taxes. I'm the one trying to drive around potholes while this clown goes and gets his grifty money. And I'm sorry, but Charles, at this point, I'm like, right, Charles is now just giving Harry a pass to do it all because there is no other explanation.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's helping him. Absolutely.
Well, Harry would not be doing, there's only two ways, because there is that act. And the only way that Prince Harry will suddenly start using Wales, because this is sudden, it started about a couple of months ago, is with the approval of the monarch. because Harry cannot use Wales. That is not his last name. I've been saying this for ages and ages and ages. That is not a last name. Yes, Harry and William informally used it for a brief period of time when they were in the army, because unlike Prince Charles and Prince Edward and Prince Andrew, when they were in the military, they didn't use that. They went by Prince Edward, Prince Charles, and Prince Andrew. So William and Harry didn't want to do that. But that has never been a last name, ever. And Harry, like, he's been the Duke of Sussex since the Queen, since he got married. And I've gone every polo thing and everything while he was with Centebale and everything. He has never been called Wales, because he's not. It's what, 8 years now since he's been Sussex.
Don't you think as well, Paula, that the absolute cheek of Meghan using the Duchess title at any given opportunity? It's so cringeworthy. And the very title that our
Duchess
late
of
Queen-
Sussex. The Duchess of Sussex is Cami Lauren Pidina. A little golf cart. How embarrassing is that?
But that was given by our late Queen. She said that our family were racist.
Bitch,
Like,
Yeah.
it's
Our queen, my
awful
queen,
to then
like
use
that.
that title.
But it was so interesting. I heard someone say something about Meghan being calling the royal family a racist. And they said, well, it's the royal family. What do you expect? And this is what I think is so damaging. It's because there are a lot of people, especially I think Americans and Black people, who have no understanding of royalty. The ones that don't understand it, they really believe, well, what do you expect? You knew they were racist. Like they validate the lie that Meghan has said. And this is the one thing that I find so horrible about all of this is that the royal family went above and beyond to try to dispel people thinking that. This is why Meghan has so many exceptions to things that Catherine didn't get, because they know people think that of them. They genuinely wanted to show, we are a loving family. We accept you, Meghan. We will do any and everything we can to make you feel comfortable, to make this an easy transition, because we know it's not going to be easy. And the least that we want is to be looked at, I think, as these races that people call them, because they've been calling them races for years. I remember hearing it since I was a little girl about the royal family. So what the royal family did, I think, trying to extend a hand of love and kindness to compensate for the lies that people think about them, they really did try to show that they wanted to support and help Meghan. And the fact that Meghan has done what she has done, she has validated a lot of people's false beliefs around the royals, despite the fact that the royal family has tried to get out of that stereotypical type of thinking to really help Meghan and her mother, And what did they do? They just did the most evil, heartless thing to spread lies around a loving family. Of course, I'm sure there are some people in the family, we don't know, but people are racist around the world. But the fact that on the world stage, the royal family has done something that I think showed love and compassion and not racism, that you have done what you have done to them, despite what they did to you.
But she knew they couldn't answer back.
Horrible kind of a woman, for the lies that you have made up on this family, for what
you
they
tell her,
done.
Pidina. And I know you're watching, Meghan. I know you watch our shows. That's the worst part. She watches
that's what makes it so evil. That's what makes it so evil, because she knows it's not true. But she did it because she is trying to help herself in this independent career. She needed a reason to leave, and she wanted to make them racist so that she could be on her high horse, living her independent life in California to become a billionaire. Forget you and who you are, royal family. This is about me and what I want. I will lie on you and call you a racist because I don't care about who you are. I care about my future and what I want for me. That's what Meghan did. And that makes what she has done so horrible. And I condemn all the Black people out there that want to validate Meghan in her lie, because they know it's a lie. These are people who want to play off of this whole racism thing, knowing that what the royal family did, they know that the royal family did things that no racist family would do. Okay. So it's just the evil that goes behind this lie that is so, to me, horrible and disingenuous. And Meghan should never ever be forgiven for what she has done. She is the worst of the worst. As far
It's
as I
terrible. You know what the problem is, that people don't, that she counts, she's so ignorant. I mean, people don't know that that you know that the only queen that the United States of America, before you guys became independent, was a biracial queen, was Queen Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah.
Yeah, and she the first and only owner of Buckingham Palace, before, because she was married to George III, but George III, he couldn't afford to keep paying for the armies and everything, so he gave away Buckingham Palace. But he bought Buckingham Palace for his queen, Queen Charlotte, who was biracial, black. So the first, yes, you didn't know that. I'll send you a thing, but the Queen Charlotte, in fact, because you know how they would paint white their paintings. They didn't have photos or pictures, so they would paint them, you know. But in the description, when they're describing her, because she was born in Germany, she was the daughter of a mistress from Morocco. So there was a lot. She's described. The description is she has full lips, dark olive skin, wide nose, curly. I didn't call it afro, but very curly hair. You know, like they're literally describing. So when the United States started fighting, I saw this documentary. It's amazing. Against becoming independent, you know, the slaves were forced to. They were taking the sides of the Americans. So because they believed that the Americans were telling, you're going to be enslaved and blah blah blah. So Queen Charlotte gave permission to her general and said, show them my painting, the real one, how I look, so they'll understand that I look like them. And Queen Charlotte banned sugar in the palaces and everywhere, because she knew that slaves were being used in sugarcane fields in the United States, and that was fostering slavery. So she banned the hell out of sugar at the palace. So it is insane that people don't know in the United States that the only queen the United States has had is a biracial black looking queen.
Yeah. We didn't. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know. So it's, you know.
But it's disgusting. And the queen is black.
I have to go, but
okay, no, we're gonna get going too. But thank you for joining us, Lauren.
So nice to see you both. I'll message you both on the WhatsApp.
Of course.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And
Oh my goodness.
If I don't see your followers before, have a lovely Christmas, all of you.
Bye.
What are you laughing at?
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy
Christmas.
Happy Christmas. No, but it is insane, Pat, you know, that this yank is doing that. Yeah. I mean, and what do you think is going to happen now with Harry? Because do you think she's the one egging Harry to use Wales because she wants to be Princess of Wales?
Yeah, she more than likely has a hand in it because that, but you know, that's a tricky one for me as far as Meghan, because I mean, it sounds like something she would do, but I do remember seeing, this was before he was married, that he was Wales, right? Yeah, she would do something like that. Absolutely. I remember seeing Wales on both of their shirts, their military uniforms, but that was before Harry or William, for that matter, were married.
Yeah, no, but it's unbelievable, you know, like what we're witnessing, guys. I hope you have donated to Pidina's charity thing. Can you post the link, Pat? It's going to still remain open until the 24th. Pat, can you talk a little bit about your charity?
I do. Well, that was why I kept having to leave. I have a student that keeps calling me. So she wants to get her hair done for Christmas.
Oh my God.
and she's just begging me to help her get her hair done. And, you know, and the thing is a lot of the kids that we are working on and helping to educate don't have families that can provide for them. And she's older now, so she really cares about, you know, her looks in terms of, you know, showing up to, you know, for the holidays and everything. And the work that we do really helps to educate them on important life skills, you know, things that you usually learn from your parents. But when you don't have parents that can instill in you certain things, or your parents that don't look at your education as being vital to your future for whatever reason, there are parents out there that they fall short of really important things that young people should be learning. And so that's what we do. We help to teach kids really important social skills, life skills about self-esteem, responsibility, helping them in general with things around life that will help them persevere in life outside of the academic stuff that they're learning. And so one of them is actually global education, seeing the world. Because I know for me, and I'm sure for you as well, when you traveled for the first time, when you had the opportunity to see things like outside your country, did it not do something to you emotionally? Did it not invigorate you to a whole new life that you never knew existed? And there's something about travel that does something to people that opens their mind up to the world and the fact that there are people all over the world that are so different from me. But if you don't know these people, if you've never experienced a person from a foreign country or been in a foreign country, you have a very closed-minded mindset. And so the goal overall is to not just teach these important life skills, but to give them opportunities to experience the global skills that you can get from traveling and to learn about the world and expanding your mindset. And part of this was a is how I looked at Meghan Markle. You know, you are on a world stage. You are essentially speaking to so many vulnerable young girls of color, especially who will look at you as a woman of color, right? And what you do is important. It's important to a lot of vulnerable young girls, how you behave in the world, how you treat the royal family, how you really set an example. And the fact that Megan was out doing all of these things that speak to not having a good character, being very disingenuous, lying on a family that tried to embrace you in open arms, the people of the UK, then to go on the Oprah show and to lie on the people, to lie on the royal family, and to just not be a nice person, treat your staff horribly, you know, you are doing a lot of damage to the people that are looking up to you, you know. And so my whole goal was to teach these important skills to young girls and boys, just like what I'm hoping Megan would do on this global stage that she did not do. And so I'm doing the work that is trying to instill in vulnerable young people about, you know, how they show up in the world is important. You begin with those local skills, who you are, your self-esteem, showing responsibility, how you communicate, how you carry yourself. And then when you go out into the world and you see the world, you represent and you are showing yourself to be a person of true character, and
Sam.
you are representing things from America because you've learned how to do that from learning important social and life skills, you know. And so it's like we're trying to give all these things to young people that just don't have the families that can do it for them. That's what we do.
Well, it's also important for people to know that Pidina is not really going deep here because she doesn't want to admit that they're really grown in very violent environments. Because
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
we want to be posh and say they're there, but they're actually kids at high risk. Okay,
Yeah.
they live
That's
in ghetto gang areas. Like so, Pidina basically, because they can't afford to go to university. Some of them don't even finish high school, don't have access to even the most basic things. So Pidina teaches them skills that, unfortunately, because they can't go to school or for whatever socioeconomic or whatever's going on in their homes. Like sometimes I've been talking to Pat about it. It's just like, oh, I'm like, my God, even the smallest things. Like
I get now, I'll give you an example. I took another student out with me to go to Dollar General, the dollar store to buy some snacks. All they wanted were some snacks. And the little girl said to me,
don't
and
cry.
this makes me so
Remember the makeup.
she said she wanted a toothbrush and toothpaste. She wanted a toothbrush and toothpaste. That's what she said to me. And she's there to get anything she wanted. And so that's It's just
I know
sad.
the feeling. I know the feeling. It's the same thing with the girls I have. It's like, remember when I was in Nicaragua, I was planning that you guys were going to come in because, these kids literally, when it's the same feeling when I showed the girl that she was going to have a bed, it's like she sat on the floor and it's like, why are you sitting on the floor? And she goes, well, where am I going to sleep? And I said, that's your little bed. And it broke me. So, and this is insane that we're listening about what you're saying, Pidaina. And this is the United States of America.
Mhm.
This is not Africa. Africa gets a lot of money, guys.
They
So
do.
donate to Pidina because you need to help her give more stuff to these children, So I hope that you're donating while we're doing this because it is amazing. And I want to say thank you to you guys and thank you to Pidina to donate everything as much as we can. This is Christmas, guys. My God. Where's mine? See?
Oh, yes.
Look at Siri. She's been there the entire time. She's driving me insane.
You see her?
And Siri doesn't like to wear clothes though.
She doesn't. My daughter put this on him. I don't know. He's been sitting around in this shirt all day.
Oh no, I have her little dresses, and you see, well, you don't see them, but she has a couple of dresses that I bought her. Where's the link to donate, Pat? Can you send me the link?
I did. I put it in the chat. I put it in
Can
the
you
chat.
send it? But it's also under the video, under the live, guys. You will see a button that says donate. It's there as well. But send me the link so I can post it here, Pat.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you guys because let's leave in a nice thing. I'm gonna show you a nice video.
Yes.
And then where is the link, Pat?
I just sent it to you in WhatsApp, and I'll send it again in.
No, send it in the chat. Send it in the chat. Can you?
Oh,
Can you
okay.
put it?
I just did it. I just did it in the chat, but I
Where?
will send it again.
But there's a button that says donate. That's there. Thanks. I see it now. Okay, it's there. It's under the video, guys. So please donate. It's gonna be going there for a while, but I want to show you something.
Yeah, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who has donated in the past. Thank you. I'm getting calls from, kids asking for things, and anything that you can do will definitely help, because it just goes a long way when the kids just want the basics. I mean, it just really does help. It really does.
It is. Can you imagine? But for me, it's always shocking that you have Meghan Markle now having to create another charity because she doesn't want to pay taxes.
Yeah.
I don't understand this. And those kids that she claims to have, how can this woman claim to be a mother? I don't get it. You do not Pat, you and I are, YouTubers. We have some platform, but
Yeah.
But this woman has a massive platform, and she decided those are the pictures she decided to showcase of the kids.
It is unbelievable. I think even the deception that we see in front of us, but just imagine what we don't see. Like, you just look at what Megan does, and you know that look at what she's doing to her father. How could she possibly care to even want to have a charity, to do things to help other people, when you can't show humanity to your own father that raised you, that gave you so much? It makes no sense that she would even have the heart to want to do things for people and to have a charity. So that right there tells you that her whole instinct for having a charity is not to really support and help people. It's about Megan. It's about what she gets out of it, why she wants to have a charity. It's not from her heart, because you can't even show basic kindness to your father or your half siblings. Why would you never want to have your father speak to his own children? You're a parent now, Megan. How could you even expect that of your father?
And I'm just showing you this, guys. Here is this. You can see here, donate now. We've raised $73. Thank you. We're hoping for 1,000. So just keep donating because this is going to stay open until the 24th. So a lot of you didn't know where the thing was. It's called Christmas Love. It's underneath here, guys. So that's very, very much appreciated. But I just wanted to ask you something, because do you think, Pat, how do you think Mr. Markle is feeling right now, knowing?
I think he is probably having to come to the realization that he'll never see Megan again. But I think for his own mental health, he needs to move on from wanting to see her because she will never show up genuinely. If she did show up for him, it would be to benefit her with a camera and a deal.
Well, she did do that. She had a
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah, we know
She
she
didn't
did.
need to film Mr. Markle. And for the life of me, I don't understand why Mr. Markle agreed to it.
Yeah. Well, I just think he needs someone advising him that's there for his
Yeah,
interest.
but this is and you and I talked about it. You and I
Yeah.
talked about it, Pat, because they were waiting
Yeah.
for Junior to leave.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were watching and waiting
If
for
you
him to
listen to
leave.
Carolyn Graham, it was only her and Mr. Markle, which means that Junior had left already when they approached this. And
Yeah.
everybody came with lawyers except Mr. Markle. They should have told Mr. Markle, you probably need a lawyer here because we're coming with our lawyers. That should have
Right.
been a red flag.
That should have been a big red flag.
That the
Yes.
president of the hospital came with her, we know it's a female, came with her lawyer. Yet Mr.
Yeah.
Markle, who was undergoing physical therapy, which I can tell you is incredibly painful, he went through a major operation and also an amputation, which, believe it or not, guys, it has a deep emotional impact and mental one too, because you
Yeah.
lost a limb.
Yeah.
And he's under medications for pain as well. This
Yeah.
gentleman was in no condition to be ambushed by a U.S. embassy staff. They literally
Ambushed him.
they ambushed him.
Because he should have been able to afford someone there to represent him before Megan and her attorney came in that room. If they were really showing up in an authentic way, they would have not have been in that room with him requesting anything of him without him as well having an attorney there to represent him. Because didn't he say when they left, what was that all about? Like after he signed the paperwork,
He didn't know. He was even
he
wondering
didn't know what
was
it was
coming from the
for. Like
US
he just
embassy.
signed it.
And I can tell you, a lot of people will get scared as soon as they hear his government and his embassy. Sometimes they will think,
Yes.
am I in trouble?
Yeah.
Because clearly he didn't know, because, and I wish I had been there. Mr. Markle, too bad you don't have me in your corner, sir. You have me in your corner. All you have to do is reach out to me. I would advise you, because you know what the reason why they needed to come in with it. I remember we talked about this, but they needed to come in and the hospital, and he needed to give them authorization to come in. They couldn't just barge in.
Right.
So they confabulated with the hospital because the hospital people came in. So that means that the embassy talked to the president of the hospital, because it was the assistant of the president who did this. And as soon as he signed, because they just barged in, they should have said, Mr. Markle, you need a lawyer because you need to know your laws. You've been through a major operation. And as I told you before, the embassy remit was abused because Mr. Markle was not missing. Mr. Markle was located. Mr. Markle was under medical care and his family was there. And Meghan knew where he was. So they literally acted as Meghan's messenger bitch boys, using government funds, removing 2 diplomats to act as messengers because Meghan didn't want to take a flight to go see her father.
That's just, that's exactly right. Because she didn't want to go see her father. She didn't want to get
Mr. Markle, Mr. Markle still can revoke that power of attorney, or that permission. He can revoke it.
He needs to.
If you talk to him, tell him to revoke it. But the thing is that because he's given his medical information to 2 people who clearly don't like him, Harry doing that polo, and he was so abusive to that poor horse and at the field. Did you see the horse was not happy with Harry on him. Harry has a history of being absolutely freaking cruel. And talking about racist, Meghan Markle married the only royal racist on record.
Yeah. Yeah. Meghan herself is racist, I think.
But they can even sue the hospital because it literally missed. Guys, can you imagine being operated and you lost your knee down? Your life is completely different, especially at that age.
Yes, especially at that age. You live your whole life and now you've got to learn how to re-walk again. You've got to learn to deal with this piece of your limb no longer there, and then you have on top of that the emotional abuse of your daughter who you've poured your heart out to, who you've loved your whole life, wanted to give her the best world, and now she treats you like this because she suddenly
Chicken
feels
skank.
like she's better than you. It just doesn't make sense that you would do this. Only a really evil person behaves like this on a world stage. I mean, you have such a responsibility when you are before the whole world acting like this, doing this. And you can't even show basic humanity to this person, this man, that just is so, I cannot comprehend how you can be like that. I mean, yeah, okay. She says it's for the photos. We all know why you did it. There's
And
no
Mr.
reason.
Markle, Mr. Markle, you can revoke Meghan Markle forever using the tape, because you can say that you had diminished capacity at the time that you signed this, because they ambushed you. You had just gone through a life-changing operation. You were taking meds. You were emotionally and mentally vulnerable, and they took advantage of you. So tell her to go fuck herself, just like Candace Owens told some people, and tell her, you are a ghoul. You are a ghoul. And then she got Jack Royston to come and say, man, she should just keep it at a social, superficial level, just to be done with. A man who literally raised that skank until the age of 37. He was still paying for her school loans.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. She is just, I think, the worst of the worst. But she will regret everything, because see, here is what I see happening around Megan and what's happening. She's high on her social status now. She's high on this position that she has suddenly found herself in as a person with a title. It will not be there forever. And there will come a time when she is no longer on this high of life of
I think
her
she's there,
position.
though, isn't she, Pat?
She's slowly probably coming down off of it, but I think when the reality sets in what you have done, it will hit her really hard.
But
It
do you think
will.
she cares? Do you think that it'll
I
hit her
think one
hard?
day it
Okay,
will
this is a
happen.
question for you, because you're very emotional.
Yes, I
Will
am.
it hit her hard because she feels bad, or because everybody hates her and she's not popular and it went against her? Will it be because she really cares, or is because, oh, I don't, it's reputation?
That's I
You know what I
it's
mean? It's like, okay, you have to apologize because it's going to look bad if you don't. So you
I
apologize, but it's not heartfelt.
I think once the world has beaten her up, I don't say mean physically, I mean emotionally. Like once she has been so degraded, and I don't know the word, but you know how when you go into the military and they break you and then build you back up, like
Yeah.
it is
They
not
tear
until
you down.
Megan
They
is,
tear you down.
yes, and it's not until she's been really torn down, until she has been really,
They break her apart so you can.
yes, and then in that moment, I think she'll start to rebuild her thinking, her way of looking at things. It is in that moment, I believe, she will start to see the damage she has done and feel bad for what she has done. That's how I see it happening, you know.
Really? So you
Because
think she has a heart then?
I always want to believe that people have to have a heart. I think the
Oh
world can
God.
make you a certain way. I know. I don't know. I
I
can be a
mean,
little off. Like
you're one of them people who thinks that Harry's going to be different when he goes back to the United Kingdom. No, he's a
I know.
snake. He's a snake. How much? I mean, no. How much does Meghan Markle have to? Pat, she didn't go see her dad right now. This could have been it for Mr. Markle.
Yeah, it could have been. Well, that's the thing. She's still high. Megan is still high.
No, but the press has shut up about this. They just want to move on from this. And then she puts out Jack Royston, that Cameron Walker, like that Roya Nika.
Yeah.
You know that she tried to report my ex account. I woke up one day, I'm like, wait a minute, you can't access your ex account because of a tweet a post that I posted that Roya Nika is disgusting, posting these things. I literally just reposted the Times article, say, how can this woman be spewing such bullshit? So she reported that tweet. So,
Ah.
and then I appealed it, and clearly they say, I'm sorry, we've made a mistake. But they are very thin skinned.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they can't. That's is why she turns her comments off. She can't. She's on her Instagram. She can't handle the truth, man. She's. I'm not gonna look at those comments. I can't take the truth, honey. I can't take it. And
And
that's why
neither does Megan because she doesn't allow any comments.
yeah, exactly. She
You
doesn't
know,
want to see the truth.
so we're gonna leave you guys with this thing here, which is a very wonderful thing from Prince William. So you guys see him. I gotta say,
oh, isn't that so nice? You've given her a massage.
oh yeah, he went really for it. Yeah, it's like he was, and she, please, sir, I want to push that lady and get myself under there.
Oh wow, that is so cool.
You hadn't seen this, Pat? Yes.
I hadn't seen this.
He's going to town. I would be blushing too, ma'am. I would be blushing too.
Holding you to that, yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Oh, and it's so nice that he took his son.
For the first time.
That
I
is
was
so
actually crying, Pat,
heartwarming.
because, like it's 30 years since Princess Diana took him there. I was crying because can you imagine if Princess Diana had been there?
I just love it. I just love it. I really do. I just think, and it's genuine. It's not there to be a photo op per se for your charity.
No.
It's just the work that you do, and you can feel how genuine it is.
Yeah, but you see the difference. But isn't that wonderful? I mean,
it is so
nice. That black lady, there goes the racist family with that black lady. It's like
exactly
right. But isn't that wonderful? Two future kings go to the passage. It just made me sad that Princess Diana wasn't there.
I know, but I'm so glad he's able to carry on her work.
Oh yes, and what is Harry doing? Presenting some disheveled-looking kids in some a fake-up kitchen that that they did in order to avoid paying. They agreed to wear the hat and the apron, so they wouldn't pay the fee to the charity.
Really?
Yeah, like like some influencers do. Like if I come to your place, you'll get me a free meal, but but I don't pay for it, pretty much. But then when this is why later Meghan Markle said, just take it off, and wear Archwell now because that's enough time.
Yeah, it's all about branding for her.
So terrible. Thank you guys very much. And in case I don't see you, have happy holidays. I don't know if you're Catholics or something. If you're Catholics, Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas. Like the Queen used to say, Happy Christmas.
Just put all of them at the bottom. Like put all of the happy this, happy Hanukkah, happy, what's the other one? Kwanzaa. There.
I have no idea, but thank you very much, guys. And thank you to P. Dinah. And please don't donate. The button it says Christmas love. If you can donate, that's fantastic. And you can reach out to
there's some more super stickers we got to acknowledge really quickly.
Oh yeah, so sorry. Which one is it?
Happy holiday, TWA. How can you be a Duchess of Sussex when you only spent 45 minutes there? Very good point, Holiday. Thank you. Thank you to the new member, Janet Norris.
And Miami Mary Lou, who just donated. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. And to all the other new members, Kathy, Terry, Tina, the Nikki, welcome, welcome. And thank you all for being here today and listening to us ramble
Yes.
and talk. And
I mean, I had this planned thing with but now that we got Lauren in, so that kind of took it a little bit. But I want to thank Lauren. Please go subscribe to her channel. It's Lauren the Insider. She's fantastic. And P. Dinah, you have a video coming out now. You're dropping it hot, like it's hot.
Dropping it hot. Actually, I think I'll just put it out tomorrow since I did the live
Well, if
today.
you need a thumbnail, let me know so I can make it for you.
Okay, yes, dear. Yes, dear.
Thank you. So have a great day, and thank you. Please donate to P. Dinah's charity. A little bit goes a long way. We're not Archwell. We can't grift of AID, so USA. So thank you very much, and have a great night, guys.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. Bye.